Imagine the world's biggest group project. One has seven of the richest and most powerful countries. The other has 20 major economies from all over the world. Both meet every year, discuss global problems, make big announcements, take family photos, and somehow still leave many problems unsolved. So, what's the difference between the G7 and the G20? And why does India care so much about both? Let's find out. Back in the 1970s, the world was facing economic problems, oil crisis, inflation, and uncertainty. A few of the world's richest democracies decided to meet regularly and coordinate their policies. That group became the G7. Today, the members are United States, Canada, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan. Think of the G7 as the old rich club of the global economy. Together, these countries represent a significant share of global wealth, technology, and political influence. The G7 discusses topics like global economy, trade, security, climate change, technology, and international conflicts. There is no headquarters, no constitution, no binding laws, just annual meetings and coordinated decisions. Now, here's the problem. By the 1990s and 2000s, the world had changed. Countries like India, China, Brazil, and South Korea were becoming economic giants. The G7 alone could no longer represent the world's economy. It's like discussing the future of cricket without inviting India. So, in 1999, after the Asian financial crisis, the G20 was created. Its purpose was to bring developed and developing economies to the same table. The G20 includes 19 countries plus the European Union. It represents around 85% of global GDP, around 75% of global trade, and around two-thirds of the world's population. In simple terms, if the G7 is a board meeting of wealthy shareholders, the G20 is a meeting of almost everyone who matters in the global economy. Its members include Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, the European Union, and the African Union became a part in 2023. The discussions cover economic growth, debt crisis, climate change, food security, energy, artificial intelligence, and global health. Basically, all the topics that matter today. For a quick comparison, the G7 is a group of seven wealthy democracies with similar political systems that facilitate faster decision making and easier consensus. But they don't represent much of the world's population. On the other hand, the G20 is a group of 20 developed and developing countries where the discussion is about how to solve global problems together. Its advantages are that it is more representative and it includes rising powers. But it has too many opinions. But why is G20 more important today? Today's biggest challenges are global: climate change, pandemics, supply chain disruptions, artificial intelligence, wars affecting food and energy prices. No single group of rich countries can solve these issues alone. That's why the G20 has become the primary forum for international economic cooperation. The world is moving from a Western dominated system toward a more multipolar order, and the G20 reflects that reality much better than the G7. India plays a major role in this regard. India is not a member of the G7, but it is one of the most influential members of the G20. In 2023, India hosted the G20 summit in New Delhi and pushed themes such as digital public infrastructure, climate action, and development of the global south. India often positions itself as a bridge between developed and developing countries, which gives it a unique voice in global diplomacy. Do you think India should eventually become a permanent member of the G7? Let me know in the comments. Let's recap to remember it simply. G7 is the world's richest club, which represents influence, and G20 is the world's biggest economic discussion table, which represents inclusion. And in today's multipolar world, Both continue to shape global politics and economics. If you've watched till here and learned something today, clap for yourself. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such informative videos on international relations.